I've got written on my whiteboard on my fridge at the moment, the 5 most common deathbed regrets. And it's things like, I wish that I'd not worked as much. I wish I'd let myself be happy. I wish I'd stayed in touch with my friends. It will be unbelievably surprising to me if in 40 years' time, I wish I'd spent less time on my phone isn't on there. I would bet pretty much everything that I have that would probably appear on average on people's 5 top deathbed regrets. I wish I'd spent less time on my phone. And we can see this happening in front of us. And the best way that you can tell that this is going to continue to happen is that you can reflect on what you did over the last week. And one of the most common things that you wish that you'd done less of over the last week was, I got captured. I did a couple of YouTube holes or TikTok scrolls or Instagram whatevers. And you know that this is happening in the micro. Spread that across a lifetime. I think that very much we're going to look back at this and hopefully there is some kind of solution. Maybe it's Neuralink. Maybe, we have a way that we can kind of ethically engage with technology and get the communication and the stimulation and the exploration of different ideas and communities.
I think if I were to make a prediction, I think in the next 2 years, you're not just going to hear about meditation, non-sleep, deep rest, something I'm a big fan of, yoga nidra, hypnosis, but also whatever we want to call this, you'll probably come up with a better name than I can, body still, mind active states to access different aspects of our unconscious and cognition. And I must say that we do this with the phone. Sorry, I just, because I realized you were about to say something. And when you speak, you say interesting things. And I learned cosplay, LARPing.
Don't put those ones as the most interesting.
Oh no, you say many interesting
stuff.
No, there's other, no, well, in terms of new terms.
Okay,
new terms.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah. Sunderland.
Sorry. Those weren't the most interesting concepts. But I'm learning is the point. I wasn't being sarcastic. That when we sit and we're just scrolling. Yeah, we're more or less body still, mind active, but guess what? None of it's coming from within. It's all coming from the outside. So whether or not it's psilocybin in the eye mask or Carl sitting there, eyes closed, deliberately still thinking, or Feynman in the salt equilibration chamber, the flotation tank, or Rick lying there thinking whatever it is he happens to be thinking, whatever amazing album he's going to now help produce, or Einstein. I mean, we can think of the phone and the scrolling as lending itself to less ability to focus and ADHD, but just the real crime, the real insult to humanity, for me, the real cost is what about all the creative imagination of things that come from inside that could be generated by people in that time. So I've started doing a practice of 20 minutes a day of just sitting and eyes closed typically. Sometimes it's right as I wake up, but usually it's not. And just trying to think about certain topics and hold those topics in a kind of a linear way, or sometimes just letting stuff geyser up. Anyway, some people might think of this as like completely wacko woo, new agey stuff. But the list of names I read off there of people that do that and have been doing this for a long time and attribute this practice as one of the major sources of their best ideas is a non-trivial list.